My today's topic is UDFs, user defined functions in MySQL. So you already know and familiar with how to deploy various inbuilt MySQL functions such as sum, average, concatenate to make query easier. So it is possible to find the sum of two numbers in MySQL without using the sum function. You can use the arithmetic adding operator for this purpose. Similarly, you can use the arithmetic addition and division operators to find the average. So you are already familiar with function date if, various string functions, concatenate, various string function like concatenate and concat and left and right window function like rank, dense rank. So all of these are functions which are built in MySQL and these can be used by an user, but you may have some use cases where these function does not solve the use case. So at that time you have to make your own function to solve the use case. A commonly done manipulation which is slightly more complicated than you have to use that again and again. What we do for that type of manipulation, we just create a function and we will save it for further use. So what is the difference between user defined and other functions? Like sum and average functions are preferred because they are easier to use, because every function which will be user defined will be more complicated than inbuilt function most of the time. And these functions like sum average also increase the readability of the code. Another important factor is reusability. You don't need to see the entire definition behind the sum. Every time you use it, all you need is the name sum to invoke the function whenever you want to determine the sum of two numbers. So if you want addition of two numbers, we just use sum function rather than plus operator. So however, there are operations that you want to repeat multiple time in piece of code because they do not have an inbuilt function. This is where you must use user defined functions, UDFs, or stored functions. So what are UDFs? UDFs are the function which we use for the problem for which we don't have inbuilt coding, inbuilt function. So a commonly done manipulation which is slightly more complicated, you have to use that again and again. There is no point of replicating the segment of calculation over and over in each and every segment of your query. Instead, we can create in the form of function which can be called again and again, so that these function called created by these functions are not normally there. These functions are created by custom end user and not available directly on MySQL site. These are user defined function. Let's understand what are the function. Let's understand what is the syntax of the function. So first thing I want to tell you, create function is a DDL command. Data definition language statement. This is how the syntax looks like. First, create function. You have to use keyword create function. Then function name. Within bracket, you have to specify parameter function parameter which may be 1, 2 up to n. After that, we will create a return data type, and within bracket we specify the characteristics. Return data type, we specify the characteristic. After that, we specify function body, and we start with begin statement. Within between begin and end, we put the SQL statements, and we give the return expression. For every function, for every statement, there should be a return expression. So this is all about the syntax of the user defined function. So we will see and understand it through one practical example. We will see how to write the user UDFs in practical examples in our coming video. Till now, I hope you understood what are UDFs and how it is different from inbuilt functions. Please like and subscribe my channel if you really like my video. Thank you.